you guys? This is Hyperion-Blue-GT. It's time to get ready for the first round of the Season 2 of the 2019-20 Exhibition Series of the Manufacturer Series on Gran Turismo Sports. Hope everybody is about to get ready to get prepared to get started after we took the first round on the Nations Cup. So, looks like it's time to get ready to take on for the first race. Is going to be at Tokyo Expressway, South Outer Loop for 17 laps. And this time we'll be able to use Group 4 category for today. So this is going to be quite doing good to be able to get ready to go. So this might be able to take on for some few tire rating. We'll be able to go for the racing medium and hard compound tires. So this might be able to do perfectly good to get started. So let's get ready to grab our Group 4 race car and be prepared to get started for the balance of performance. So this will be able to drive faster. We'll begin to get started. So before enjoying watching the video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out some more videos if you like. Feel free to enjoy it anytime you want for the entertainment. So let's go and get ready to race in the first round of the Manufacturer Series, and let's get started. Alright folks, looks like this is going to be able to have ourselves for a first round of the race. It's going to be able to take a lot of good clean race. We're always going to keep up on Tokyo Expressway South Outer Loop. So this is going to be able to take 17 laps, so looks like we'll make sure we're going to have to get ready to get started to begin. So the points will be able to get started, so better make sure we're able to have a good qualifying running time. We're always going to be able to do for the best, so this will be able to have some few info that this one might be able to have a fuel consumption and tire wear. So required tires we might be able to get everything will be get started, so check the points. So looks like we're about to get ready to get started to begin for our first round of the Manufacturer Series in the second season. So let's go and get ready to race. And here we go. Let's begin. Welcome everybody. This is the first round of the second season of the 2019-20 Exhibition Series of the Manufacturer Series. So we are going to be racing to get started with some drivers. So looks like here is Team Catcher 907 for the Ford Mustang. Here second place is Silver Fox 9870 for the Audi TT Cup 2016. Third place is Span 3883 with the Jaguar F-Type. Fourth place is Subaru 2203 with the McLaren 650S Group 4. Fifth place is GCC Bandit with the SOS AMG Group 4. Sixth place is Dogfox 555 with the Porsche Cayman GT4 Club Sports. Seventh place is Punisher BB 1973 with the Mercedes-Benz SOS AMG. Eighth place is Blue Paz with the McLaren 650S Group 4. Ninth place is Curtis Boys with the Porsche Cayman GT4 Club Sports. 10th place is That Guy 6494 for the BMW M4. 11th place is Crisis 22 for the Ford Mustang Group 4 is all set and ready to go. 12th place is Jay Cutta 74 for the black Ford Mustang. 13th place is the Bubster X for the Chevy Corvette. 14th place is Enigma Whoop 72 for the Chevy Corvette C7 Group 4. 15th place is Blunt Whisperer with the Subaru WRX. 16th place is the Dodge Man 01 for the Dodge Viper Group 4. 17th place is G-Man 1439 for the BMW M4. 18th place is Renault 651 4 for the Ford Mustang Group 4. 19th place is myself for the Insport Tech Library Chevy Corvette C7. And last place is Crisis 311 for the Audi TT Cup 2016. So here we go. This is going to be able to have a good rolling start to begin. So tires will be able to get set up by the choice. So this is going to get everything will be ready to go. So fuel maps set, check the brakes, and TCS in case and often we're always going to be prepared. So let's go and get prepared to be able to take a good rolling start to be able to going on for the last turn going on the straight. So here we go. Let this be the first round of the 2019-20 Exhibition Series of the Manufacturer Series is going underway, and let's get started to have a best of luck to all of us while we were having a good time of racing. This is going to be a very tough challenge. Is going to get everything will go faster, so looks like the first turn is going to be quite very tougher on it, so going to make sure to keep up the great racing mobility up. We're always going to be able to take good turns. We're always going to be able to take a lot of good perfection. This is going to be a very tough length of the distance. It is going to get everything will be going in, so it will always going to be able to have what it takes to be able to overtake plenty of opponents to be able to reach up onto the top position. So this is going to be a very tough one. We'll be able to find out. So looks like this is going to be able to take that hairpin turn near at the pit. So looks like, oh man, it looks like this is going to be quite seeing this one. So it looks like the Bobster is taking last place after taking that last turn by having a spun out. It is going to be very hard to get. So going to make sure to be able to keep up. We're always going to be able to take a lot of good perfection run out there. We're always going to be able to drive straight. So it might be able to take a lot of grip. It's going to get everything going in. So going to make sure going in onto the Expressway tunnel is going to be quite going faster it gets in. This is going to be quite giving a lot of faster time. We're always going to be able to keep our racing mobility up. So looks like this is going to be able to take the junction turn. It's going to be able to going in. So here comes the chicane, folks. This is going to be a very tough one out there. So going to keep it slow and try to be careful. So no bumping around in this turn. Is going to be very tougher to be able to keep it well maintained to stay on track. That was pretty tough out there. We're always going to be able to keep it concentrated. We're also going to be able to going in. Now, it looks like going in onto the second lap, and then this is going to be able to reach up by under 2 minutes at the time. But this is where it all begins, because this is going to be a very fast one out there. We're also going to be able to get there. So now it looks like Blunt Whisperer is now going to be able to go. So it looks like GTC Bandit is slowing down by having a little bit more recovery time for it. So it looks like 2 seconds on the penalty. Now it looks like this is going to be pretty hard for him. So hope he can probably able to make it in onto the penalty line to be able to force the speed reduction until this is going to be able to take a lot more time to be very concentrated, to be very patient out there. So this is going to be able to take a little bit more slower and steady, and then this is going to be able to take that mobility up on the hairpin. So this is going to be able to take a respectful turn. It is going to get everything will be going in. But it is going to be quite very tougher to be able to avoid getting caught up onto the walls by having a penalty. So going to make sure to be very respectful while other racers are still trying to keep up by taking a lot of overtakes. So hope everybody is definitely might be able to take a lot of more time to do it. So looks like Curtis Boy is now definitely might be having a little time of speed recovery. So other racers are definitely might be in the way, and looks like the Bobster is definitely might be coming in 15th place. So it looks like this is going to be quite giving a lot of challenging racers who really wants to be onto the top position. Now it looks like it's going to be able to coming back onto the chicane, so going to keep it well careful, but this is going to be quite very intense to be able to see it. So going to make sure that this turn is going to be a very tough one, so we have to be very careful if we had to avoid the penalty. This is going to be very sharpened up on the edge. It's going to be quite going harder it gets. Now it's going to be able to get closer to be able to reach up onto the third lap, so we can still try to keep it up. So this is going to be taking a long way to be able to keep in track of our racing skills. It's going to be able to have if we really want to get our points to be on the higher rates. We'll have to be able to keep trying. We're always going to be able to keep up the skill. It's going to get everything going on. Other racers is having a lot of tough effort. It's going to get everything will be going in. We'll be able to make sure to be able to have a little bit full contact to be able to keep it well checked. It has to be able to do perfection. It has to be able to do quickly it can get. So this is going to be able to take a lot of tough choices. It's going to get everything will be well made to do it. Now, looks like a few other drivers who had that penalty will be on the way onto the penalty line to be able to force to slow down. Now, evenly, lastly, for GTC Bandit is about to be able to going in the second time. So this is definitely might be quite very risky to be able to see how other drivers are still trying to keep up, but this track itself is going to be capable to be able to drive super fast. We might be able to keep it up for. but it will take a lot of acceleration. It's going to get everything will be going in. We'll be able to stay on track. We're always going to be able to keep it maintained. It's going to get everything well closer up on it. So this is going to be able to have a few steps. It's going to get everything going in onto that chicane. So it looks like this is going to be able to have one car lineup at a given time. It's going to be quite going in, and this is going to be quite pretty tough out there. So gonna make sure to keep up the faster work. It's gonna get very tougher. We're always gonna deal with a chicane turn. Is gonna be quite going in for, but it will have the risk. But this is gonna be quite a full party of racers. Is now gonna be able to keep up for having a lot of race battle going on. It's gonna get everything has to be able to going in for. And it looks like Dodgeman 01 takes 15th place, and now he's gonna be able to catch up. And the Blue Pass is trying to keep it up, so this is going to be able to take a lot of few steps. It's going to get everything well avoided for. So looks like King Kenture 907 takes the lead, and then Sudu 2203 is in second place. Now this is going to be quite very excellent to be able to see that different drivers are now going to be in the top three. Is going to get everything. Will always going to keep it up. Will might go faster for. Ben 3883 is now in third place, so this is going to be able to take the upper hand. Will might be able to catch up to the other top two drivers. Is now going to be quite going faster it can get, so it is going to be able to take the long lineup. It is going to be quite very harder to get. Now looks like I'm taking in onto 16th place, going to keep up the faster work while other drivers are still taking a lot of recovery time after the penalty is still going on to be able to avoid it. So this is going to be able to take a lot of exercise caution. We're always going to be able to keep it correctly. We'll might be able to stay careful to be able to have a one greasing modernization. It's going to be able to keep it well maintained. We're always going to be able to stay on track. Now it's going to be able to take a little bit more closer in on that chicane, so very close. So it will might be able to take a little bit more time to do it. So it looks like there's that penalty, folks. 0.5 seconds by ignoring the track limit. So gonna make sure to be very careful to be able to take what it takes to be able to have that turn. We're always going to be able to do correctly. So this is going to be a very hard one to be able to do for a lot of faster work. It's going to get everything going in for. So every drivers are still trying to keep up. So gonna make sure to be very careful to be able to have some few strategies we might be able to take braking defense out there. We're always going to be able to keep it up for. And it looks like Dodgeman 01 just almost giving a little tap hit, and he's still okay. So this is going to be able to have one overtake. Will might be able to keep it up. So this will might be able on the way onto the penalty line on the approach. So this is going to be able to take a little bit more time on the hairpin. It's going to get everything. We'll be well steering up. We're also going to get everything we'll forward in for. Now here it comes for the penalty line. So this is going to be it to be able to take a little bit more slower times. We'll also to resume the faster work. It's going to get everything going in, and oh man, looks like Dodgeman 01 just giving me a little boost, but it will might need to be very gentle. So it will might be need to let other drivers to take some time to be able to use it for. Hazard lights will be needed while drivers are taking a little acceleration while crossing in onto the penalty line. Will might be able to slow down for only just a few seconds. Now it's going on in onto the 5th lap, folks. So this is going to be quite going in to be able to take a lot of better skills. It's going to get everything. We'll keep it up for. Chicane comes in with a hard risk, so we're going to be able to make sure we're always going to be able to take a lot of faster work. We'll get there. And then this is going to be able to moving in onto the 6th lap, so going to make sure to be able to keep a number of laps. We'll be able to take some time to be well remained. So pit stop will be on the approach. So this is going to be able to take a lot of reminder. Oh man, it looks like the yellow flag just called in for it. So this is definitely might be able to give a little signal time to be able to see it. So this is definitely might be giving a little bit more harsh for having a one city course collision. It's going to be quite very harder it gets to see it. But it is definitely might be quite coming in, so this is definitely might be quite much effortless. It's going to get everything has to be able to going in for. Now this is going to be quite giving a lot of faster time for, so it looks like one driver in the pits, and we are still keep it going faster. We might be able to take the long way. We'll be able to catch up with the others. It's going to be able to take a long rope is going to get everything. Will go faster. Is going to get everything in for. Now King Kencher is now in the lead. So looks like he is going faster it can get, because looks like Ben 3883 is in as well. So looks like this is going to be pretty tougher to see, that the other two just barely went far away from us, because it is quite very challenging it can get, because those two are still faster, are always going to be able to take the expert upper hand on Tokyo Expressway South Outer Loop. Is quite going brilliant, but even so, it is going to be able to take a little separate edge. Is going to be quite very hard to get. So it looks like Dudu 2203 is taking the lead. So it looks like this is going to be quite doing better work to be able to see how he can do it. So it looks like this is going to be quite very excellent to be able to take the upper hand. Is going to get everything. Will be able to go faster. Will might be able to stay maintained to be able to have his win on the podium. So he can probably able to do his best, but he will do it, because this is going to be able to have his race. Will always going to be able to take a lot of good perfection out there. Will always going to be able to keep it up. Will always going to be able to stay faster. Will might be able to keep it up. And then it looks like GTC Bandit is now coming in. So it looks like he's coming back for more. So this is going to be able to take a lot of return effort. Is going to get everything. Will stay on track, but he will always going to be able to take the comeback. Is going to get everything. Will might climb up onto the top position. So that was his current goal. Will be able to keep up. Will always going to be able to stay faster. Will always going to be able to do his best. Will always going to be able to keep it up. Now on the scene in Zin, this is going to be able to take a few drop out there. So this is going to be able to take a lot of few runs and turns on the Expressway tunnel. Is going to get everything. Will be coming in for. Now going to be able to take that overtake, and then this is going to be able to take a lot of dive in pass, and then GTC Bandit slams me on the rear. So going to make sure to be able to keep it well evade, but it is definitely might be pretty hard to get to be able to do it. So 5 seconds penalty is going to be quite very harder to get, but it is pretty tough out there to be able to have a one respectful driver. Is going to get everything needs to keep it together. Now 10 more to go, so we're on the lap 7 at the end. So moving on into the 8th lap. So this is going to be able to take a few faster rate. Is going to get everything will be going on for, but it is going to be able to take a few kickstart out there to be able to take plenty of faster work. Will might be able to get, but it will might be needs to be able to take some huge times. Will always going to be able to take the perfection run. Is going to get everything going on for. Now it was pretty fast and pretty challenging to see it, but it might be able to see how heavy drivers are still trying to be able to take some time. We're always going to be able to take the hairpin. Is going to be the very hard option to be able to get. Now looks like this is going to be able to have King Catcher 907 is in the pits to be coming out. So looks like Enigma Whoop 72 is in 3rd place. So this is definitely might be able to do pretty well to be able to keep it up on the run. So it might be able to take the other drivers. Might be able to take the approach on the pit stop. Is going to be able to go forward, just like the South Inner Loop. Is going to be able to take behind. Is going to be able to take the opposite. We're always going to be able to take. Now looks like this is going to be able to take a little bit more throttle distance. So Blunt Whisperer is now coming by in. So this is going to be a very hard risk to be able to take a lot more patience out there. We'll take it nice and slow. So gonna make sure, gonna have to get on my feet, and then this is gonna get everything to be giving a lot of few directions. Is gonna get everything will do correctly. King Cancer 907 is now coming by to pass my current position. So this is going to be able to have that radar to be able to keep in track in well motion, to be able to see how every racer can get. But it is definitely might be pretty hard out there. So going to make sure to be very careful on the turn. So that might be able to have a few bumps out there from the front and rear. So it might be able to take plenty more patience. It's going to get everything. Will always going to keep it up. Will might stay on track to be able to have a lot of racing mobility to be able to race on city track. Is going to be quite very well risk to be able to important for. Now it's going to be able to get close. but it will might be able to take some time to be able to see how other racers are still going on for. So it will might change up different positions at all times. But it was pretty challenging for any drivers who really wants to be able to drive fast to be able to win. So this one might be able to move on in onto 11th place for me. So this is going to be able to take the long ropes to be able to catching up for them. So it is going to be quite very faster up. Will might be able to take the risk. It's going to get everything going in for. Just going to be able to take a lot of speed approach. So this is going to be able to hit the 100 market board. We'll be able to following up on the signs. So this is going to be able to stay safe. We're always going to be able to keep up mobility up. Will might be able to maintain. So this is going to be able to have that full line. We'll be able to take that chicane. It's going to get everything. Will might be able to get close. So it is going to be quite very tougher to be able to stay on track. We're always going to be able to do perfectly for the best. Will might be able to take plenty good moderation. We're always going to stay in the good balance. Now on to the 10th lap, only 7 more to go. So looks like we're almost there, folks. So this is going to be able to take a little bit more long. It's going to get everything going. So looks like Punisher BB 1973 takes 2nd place. So looks like he's about to be able to going in on to first. So looks like this is going to be quite very harder again for having a 2-second penalty due to that mistake. So looks like Enigma Whoop trying to pass me. So this is going to be a very hard way to be able to going in for. So this is going to be able to take a penalty line. Is going to get everything through the seat onto the next lap. We're always going to be able to decelerate. But everybody is trying to be able to keep it well steady. We'll keep it up for. So that will might be able to take a little bit further time notice to be able to keep going. So this is definitely might be able to have that hazard lights will turn on in case whenever they're about to be able to take the left turn, it's going to be able to take the directions. We might be able to use it. So this one might be able to help to let the other drivers pass. So this one might be able to have a helpful safety tip. We might be able to use the hazard lights in case. Now this is going to be quite doing good for Punisher BB 1973 to take on the 1st place at the podium. So hope everybody did pretty good to be able to keep trying for it. So this is definitely might be able to have this lucky moment to be able to see other drivers are still in the group formation. We'll be able to have a long lineup. It's going to get everything. We'll be going in all the way. So it will might be able to take a lot of faster work. We're always going to be able to stay on it. Will might take the endurance. Is going to be able to going in. Will might be able to take the tougher end. Is going to get everything. We'll stay on track. We're always going to be able to do a lot of more speed to be able to keep it well extended for. Now it will might be able to see the Dodge Man is definitely might be able to keep going to be able to catch up on to Renault 651 4 on his position. So this is definitely might be able to take American rivalry between Ford and Dodge. Is definitely might be able to have a good rivalry, and also Chevy as well, because this is definitely might be able to have a 3-way rivalry for the manufacturer brand. Is going to be quite giving the choice to be able to see it. So this is definitely might be able to have a good call to be able to going in onto the pits. So this will might be able to have some new set of tires, and fuel, half of the fuel will be needed for a recommend. So this is going to be able to have a good strategy. Is going to get everything going on for. So now I'm in the pits finishing up the time, and now this is going to be able to resume. We're also going to be able to take the out lap. So this one might be able to pull back onto 18th place. It's like a monopoly, but different cars. Is going to be able to take plenty of few chances to be able to have what it takes to be able to put on for. So have the Corvette C7 to go back 3 spaces. So this is definitely might be able to have or more. So this is going to get everything. Will might be able to catch up. So looks like I'm rooting for Punisher BB 1973 to take his win. So this is going to be able to have his chance, folks. It will always going to be able to take a lot of faster work. Will might be able to take a good pace. We're always going to be able to take much time to be able to enjoy it. We're always going to be able to keep faster up on it. Now Jay Cutter 74 in 3rd place. Now he is going to be able to take a lot of good racing skills to be able to keep it up and keep it going. So he might be able to take the 3rd place finish along with Dudu 2203 in 2nd place finish. but it was definitely might be quite getting a few challenging drivers who can take on Tokyo Expressway South. Is going to be a very challenging, important strategy. It's going to get everything. We'll be able to go forward. We're always going to be able to take the upper hand. Will might be able to have a good turn. Will be able to stay on track. Will might be able to do perfectly for the top 3 drivers who wanted to do for the best. It will might be able to try everything they could. So this is going to be able to take a few pressure on to be able to going in for. But this is going to be able to have 12 laps. It's going to be able to move on in. So getting closer, but this is going to be able to have a number of laps remaining. So this is going to be able to take a lot of faster work. It's going to get everything will be going correctly in. We're always going to be able to keep our racing motivation up. Will might be able to take a lot of faster skills by every minute and 40 seconds on the fastest lap is GT Speed Bandit. Looks like he did pretty good out there to be able to take a lot of faster work. Will always going to be able to keep up for his motivation. It's going to be quite very tougher out there. Will always going to be able to keep up for having a lot of grip out there. So going to make sure to be able to have a lot of patience. If anybody could probably take that fastest lap, it is important to be able to take that challenge. It's going to get everything we'll be prepared for. But this will still try to keep up onto 18th place. So this is going to be able to take a little bit more time to be able to keep it going. So any drivers could probably need a pit stop. So up ahead approach is going to be able to keep moving forward. It's going to get everything has to be prepared to be able to change up the new set of the tires and fuel recommend. So it will always going to be able to have a few strategies. It's going to get everything going in. Just going to keep it going. So going to be able to take the off ramp at the turn onto the hairpin. So this is going to be able to take a little bit few more times to be able to keep it up for. So this is going to be able to take plenty of braking turns. It's going to get everything a little bit necessary to be able to going in. Now looks like Blunt Whisper is now coming out of the pits. Good thing that this is going to be able to have a little nick of time to be able to take a little bit more time to keep going faster. So still trying to catch up onto Renault 651-4 on 16th place. So this is going to be able to take a little bit more time. So other drivers are now in the pits, and then it's like Punisher BB1923 is going to need to take a little pit stop time. So this one might be able to have different drivers who's going to be able to going in for. So Dogfalls 555 and Ben 3883 is definitely into the top 3. So this is going to be quite very challenging to be able to see it. And then Dudu 2203 still takes the lead. Now he definitely might be able to take a little comeback call to be able to going in. We'll be able to have his run to be able to drive faster. We might be able to keep it up. We're always going to be able to stay strong. We're always going to go faster. We might be able to take the higher limits. We're always going to be able to do his most accomplishment racing moments to be able to enjoy. Now it's going on in onto the 14th lap. So this is going to be able to take plenty more turns. It's going to get everything. We'll be able to stay on it. But it is going to be quite going a long way distance. It's going to be able to take a lot of pace. It's going to get everything will be well close enough to be able to catch on for. So still trying to keep going forward to be able to drive faster. So it is going to be able to take a lot of tough turns. It's going to get everything we'll be prepared for. So this is going to be able to take a few turns. It's going to get everything. We'll make it nice and slow onto the hairpin. It's going to get everything needs to do for taking a lot of precision. It's going to get everything going. Dodgeman 01 is coming out of the pits, so this is going to be able to take a little bit more time to be able to take some new setup of tires. So different positions is going to be able to coming down. So this one might be able to have the left side is going to be able to have a little pit entry. Will take some time to be able to going in. So this one might be able to move forward. So that was definitely might be giving a little bit more faster start. It's going to get everything. Will keep up the motives. It's going to get everything. Will have to be able to do correctly. We're always going to be able to drive faster to keep it up. It's going to be quite very challenging to be able to take some time to do it. Taking that chicane turn, so getting closer onto Renault 651-4's position. So this is going to be able to take a little bit more slipstream in turns. It's going to get everything. Will might be able to stay on track, but getting close. So this is going to be able to make our way onto the 15 laps. So this is going to get everything going. So only 2 more laps remaining. So we are going to be able to finishing up this race in no time. So this is going to be able to take a lot of faster work out there. We're always going to be able to keep it up. Hard choices to be made while we race at Tokyo Expressway South is going to be quite giving the position. We're always going to be able to find out to see if it's going to be a higher position or a lower position. We'll be able to make by the choice. Now it's going to be able to take a little bit more time, so I'm going to do it perfectionly onto the hairpin. So this is going to be able to take a little upper hand. We might be able to go forward. We might be able to stay on. So currently in on the 14th place. So this is going to be able to take a few more cars are now going to be able to catching up on the pace. So this is going to be able to take a full party. It's going to get everything. We'll be getting started. Now it's going to be able to take a little high-speed rush out there, so better make sure to be able to keep it well loaded. It's going to be able to stay on it, but it's going to get very closer to be able to make one good overtake. It's going to be able to take a little bit more junction turn. It's going to be able to be on the right. That should do it. This is going to be quite doing well to see how everybody is. Everybody might be able to keeping up the faster work. It's going to get everything will be going on for. So better make sure that one car can take the chicane. It's going to be taking a few lineup. We might be able to take one at a time. It's going to get everything. We're always going to have to take much more faster work. It's going to be quite turns out to see it. So better make sure that taking a lot of patience is important. We're always going to be able to make one good perfection key. Now looks like onto the 16 laps. So we're almost there. So this is going to be able to keep it up. We might be able to stay on track. So this is definitely might be able to take a little bit more patient time to be able to see it. So hope everybody definitely might be able to check it in for. So check the radar and see if anybody can probably able to keep coming in. So we're almost there. So this is going to be able to take a lot of work. It's going to get everything has to be able to do it correctly. So, oh man. And got a little bit hit on the barrier by having a little loosening up on the brakes, and now this is going to be able to take a little bit more checked on for. So front bumper is taking a little bit more damage, so gonna make sure that the hazard lights will be turned on for. So it is definitely might be pretty hard to get to be able to see how every other racers are still trying to be able to keep it well controlled. The car is going to get everything, will be able to keep it well maintained to stay controlled for. So gonna make sure that don't lose hope, and grip is gonna be able to take a few efforts out there. We're always gonna need to do a lot of faster work that we can probably able to get. And it looks like one of the top 3 drivers has already made it in onto the 17th and final lap. So we're about to be on our way, and this is gonna be able to take a few turns. It's gonna get everything will get closer. So we're almost done anytime soon, folks. So this is gonna be able to take for almost 30 minutes of the clock. It's going to get everything we'll be able to take it in for. So this is going to be able to take a lot of faster work. We might be able to need to do a lot of faster mobility. We're always going to be able to keep an eye out on any point, so we can probably able to do perfectionly. We might be able to take. So gonna make sure that having a hard time with this race is going to get very well needed to be able to check the tires. It's going to be able to take plenty more grip. Now, looks like Dudu 2203 is now going to be able to keep it up. So, looks like he's about to be able to take that final stretch. So, hope we're about to be able to keep going forward. We might be able to take on for. So, this is going to be able to take a lot of last times of the fuel. Is going to get everything will be going in. So, this is going to be able to take last call to be able to going in onto the penalty line. Is going to get everything we might be able to step in for. But this has to be able to make it well lesson learned, folks. So try not to slam on to the walls. It's going to be quite very hard to get to be able to keep it well loosened up on the grip. So this is definitely might be able to do for best to be able to have the hazard lights will be turned on to let the other drivers come through. So it might be able to be on our way. So looks like there it is, folks. So it looks like Dudu 2203 takes first place at the finish. He did a pretty good job out there on Tokyo Expressway South. Dudu 2203 takes the win on the first round of the 2019-20 Exhibition Series of the Manufacturer Series. what an amazing, challenging race out there, folks. Now, it was pretty challenging, but it will always going to be able to take a lot of faster work. We might be able to keep our racing mobility to stay maintained and keep it together. So it might be able to take a lot of faster work we might be able to get. So it was quite pretty good job out there, folks. So gonna make sure to be able to take a few respectful race. But it was pretty tough out there in the first round because they tested ourselves to be able to prove ourselves to be able to race on the track. So that was pretty challenging out there, folks. So we did a pretty good job out there. So this is definitely might be able to do a lot of work. If we had to make sure to do it for much perfection, we're always going to be able to move on to the next race. So that was giving a lot of race position by 3 because it was pretty tough on the track. So it'll make sure if we had to be able to try harder for the next round. So this might be able to take a lot of few earnings might be needed to be able to drive to success. It is quite pretty tough out there. We'll be able to achieve it. So this is definitely might be able to take a lot of few bumps out there. So this might be able to congratulations to Dudu 2203 for the win. So he did pretty good job out there. So that was pretty good and excellent. So that was a pretty good, amazing win. So he did the best he could. So him and his McLaren 650S was pretty good, faster upper hand out there. Is quite very excellent to see it. So, well, despite for the fact because it was a cheating effect, so gonna make sure to be very respectful to be able to see it. So sometimes bumper cars is a very tough option that this is going to be need to be able to take a lot of perfect race out there, folks. So this is definitely might be able to have plenty of penalties has been shown on the red dot. So everybody tried their best. We had to be able to keep it well under control to be able to stay together. We're always going to be able to make sure we'll be able to have this race. We're always going to be able to keep it up. We're doing a lot of best. So we did a good job out there, folks. So gonna make sure if we had to make everything what we could to be able to take a lot of good perfection while we're racing on Tokyo Expressway. It's important to be able to have a good clean race without hitting each other, because it was definitely not like bumper cars, but this is like a competition, so we can probably able to keep up the work. We're always going to keep on racing. We'll be able to take our racing motives to keep our mobility. We're always going to be able to have a lot of good racing skills out there. So we'll be able to be ready for the next round. So hope this might be able to do for having a lot of practice. We're always going to need to keep it together. It's a tough start for us, so we gotta make sure to be able to have one good clean race while we're racing at Tokyo Expressway on different track variations layouts. So this is going to be able to make sure we have to be able to keep our racing mobility. We're always going to be able to race to have a self-modernization. We'll be able to drive faster, and steadiness will be able to keep it uphold. But it will always going to be able to take a lot of racing precision. We're always going to be able to keep it up. So round 1 is definitely might be pretty tough and pretty good to be able to keep it up. So we will always going to be able to move on for the next round. So this has to be able to do better. Might be able to make it perfect. Alright, folks, glad that you really enjoyed this race. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and bell for notification uploads, and the links on the description down below if you want to see more. I'll be see you guys next time for continuing on in the second season of the 2019-20 Exhibition Series of the Manufacturer Series on Gran Turismo Sports, and I'll see you guys later. Keep on racing, stay cool.